hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I create my favourite makeup look, which is a smoky bronze eye, flawless skin and a nude lip. So to see how I do this, just keep watching. So to start any makeup that I do, I always prep my client's skin. Firstly, I am using the Glam Glow Illuminating Moisturiser all over the face, and then the Benefit Eye Cream, just to make sure the eyes are nice and hydrated, ready for the makeup.
I know where we can go. I know where we can go. And it's all you and me. We'll kiss the sky goodnight.
Next, moving on to the eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz Pencil in Soft Brown. I'm going to be starting with this to add some more definition and shape into the eyebrows, which I am just doing in short hairstroke motions. Then I'm going to fill in over the top of that with the Anastasia Brow Powder in Soft Brown, as I like to give a little bit more texture to the eyebrows so it doesn't look as flat. Next, I am going to be creating an eyeshadow base, and I'm just using the Nars Creamy Concealer just to cancel out any redness all over the eyes and create the perfect base for the eyeshadow application. Next, I am taking the Tom Ford Cream Eyeshadow in Spice and applying this with a synthetic eyeshadow brush all over the eyelid up to the crease. And this is the first step to just making the eyeshadows pop a lot more with the cream base underneath. Next, I am going to be taking the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette and using the shade Salted Caramel. I'm just running this through the crease to act as a transition shade for the other colours. Next, I'm taking the colour Summer Yum from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm going to be taking this in the crease again from the outer corner to the inner corner, as we now want to start adding some warmth and depth to the eye. So we're going to be using some nice warm orangey shades to complement the bronze colours. Then I'm going to be taking the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in the colour Morocco, which is just a straight up orange, and I'm going to be using a smaller Zoeva blending brush and just focusing this in the crease again to make sure we're adding a lot of warmth. Then I'm going to be taking my favourite ever makeup palette, which is the Makeup by Mario palette with Anastasia Beverly Hills, and using the colour Violetta just to add some definition to the outer corner and make it a little bit more smokier. And then for the actual eyelid, I'm going to be taking the Dose of Colours Desi and Katy collaboration and using the beautiful bronze colour all on the lid to give that beautiful bronze metallic-y shimmer. Next, I am taking another favourite eyeshadow of mine, which is the Dose of Colours Ideal Duo in Sticks and Stones. I am going to be using the cream part of the duo first and pressing that with a flat eyeshadow brush in the centre of the eye, as this will give the pigment part something to stick to. Then I'm going to be using the pigment part of the duo and pressing that over the top, and it just gives the most beautiful shimmery bronze eye ever. I am then going to take the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Morocco again and just re-warm up the crease, because I feel like I've maybe lost a bit of the warmth due to blending out other colours. Then I'm going to line the eyes using the Illamasqua Infinity Black Gel Eyeliner and a Sigma Fine Liner brush. I am just lining the eyes quickly as I'm going to smudge it out with an eyeshadow, so this doesn't need to be perfect, this part at all, just as long as the eyes are defined. I'm then going back to the Mario palette and using the same colour Violetta with a smudger pencil brush and just smudging out the eyeliner that we've done, as this gives a nice smoky blown out effect to the eyes with no harsh edges, which I love. I am then popping on a coat of the Loreal Voluminious Mascara in Carbon Black, which is my favourite, and then going to be putting on some individual lashes off camera just to save time, but this is my favourite at the minute as it gives a more softer, fluttery look to the eyes. Moving on to the skin now, I am using the MAC Radient Primer just to prep the skin for foundation, and this also gives a nice glow as well, which I love.
We're free, bound only by frozen.
For foundation, I am using my ultimate favourite, which is the Nars Sheer Glow, and I am first applying it with a Royal Mancoat stippling brush and then going on to the Beauty Blender to blend it out, which just gives a flawless appearance to the skin this way. Also, a little tip when doing foundation is to always start off with a small amount of foundation on the skin and build up, as it's easier to add more than to take it away. So this way you can get the desired coverage that you want without it being too cakey on the skin. Also, for the under eyes, I like to try and keep this area free from foundation, as this is where concealer is going to go, and I love the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard, as sometimes I feel if you put foundation and concealer on top of one another under the eyes, it can sometimes become quite thick, which is definitely not what you want for the under eye area, as you want it to be nice and smooth and seamless. And also, if you have a good concealer, you're going to be getting the coverage from that anyway, so you don't need the foundation and concealer under the eyes. I've also added the concealer to under the eyes, the middle of the forehead, down the centre of the nose and the chin, and a little bit the side of the mouth, as this acts as highlighting as well and just brightens up the centre of the face. Now for some contour, I'm going to be using the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate palette, which is extremely expensive but highly worth it as it blends out so beautiful. And I am applying the contour on an Artist Oval brush on number 4, I am sure, and I'm just placing this around the forehead and under the cheekbones and a little bit down the nose, just to add a little bit more shape and definition to the face. And I'm going to be blending out the contour using a small stippling brush, and then my obvious beauty blender, which saves the day all the time and just blends everything out beautifully and seamless. Then going to set the face, I am using a damp beauty blender and the Mercier Transluscent Loose Powder, and I'm going to be baking, so I'm going to be applying it anywhere that we highlighted practically with the concealer, and then just leaving this on the skin for about a minute to bake and then dusting it off.
Come get lost with me. Come get lost with me. Come get lost with me.
I'm then also adding a little bit of the Mascara Fix foundation powder to anywhere that we haven't baked practically, and this gives a little bit extra coverage. And then to start bronzing the skin, I'm using my ultimate favourite Benefit Hoola bronzer and an angled contour brush, and just going over any of the areas that we contoured. I'm then also going in with the Anastasia contour kit and just giving it a little bit extra depth to the skin, and I'm also adding a little bit of the nose contour just really softly to the sides of the nose. For blush, I am adding MAC Peaches blush just to give it a little colour to the apples of the cheek, and this goes beautifully with all the bronze shades. And for highlight, I'm going to be using the Artist Couture highlighter in Illuminati, and then for a wee bit extra glow, I'm adding the L'Oreal Gilded Honey highlighter on top, which is the most beautiful golden bronzy glow ever. Then after I finish the skin, I'm just going back in with the Anastasia brow powder and just touching up any of the eyebrows that may have got a little bit of the face powder in it. And then finally to set them with the Maybelline brow gel in clear, just to keep the hold. For the under eyes, I'm now going to be putting some of the Charlotte Tilbury Rockin' Coal eyeliner in the waterline in the shade Barbarella Brown, which is the most beautiful dark rich brown colour, and it goes beautiful with the bronze and browns, as we don't want anything too harsh with black or anything. And then taking a little bit of the Makeup by Mario dark brown eyeshadow under the eyes and smoking it out with the orange shade, just to act as a lovely transition colour for the bottom. I'm then going to take a little bit of the Tom Ford cream eyeshadow in the colour Spice that we used earlier on a little pencil brush, and just putting it at the inner third of the eye, just to kind of complete it. And what you do to the top, you should kind of do to the bottom, so to balance the eyes out well. And finish it off with a Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, which is amazing, and it's not even waterproof, but it does not budge anywhere. Also added a little bit of the L'Oreal highlighter right into the inner corner to give that golden glow, but it suddenly got cut off. Sorry. Then for my favourite nude lip combo, I am starting with the MAC lip liner in Strip Down and lining the outlines of the lips. And then I'm going in with the Urban Decay lip liner in the colour Nighthawk, which I am running around the outline of the lips as well. And this is a darker brown, which acts well to give a little bit of an ombre to the lip, and also for anybody who wants to make their lips look a bit bigger, this is a great tip. And for lipstick, I'm going to be using the Nip and Fab liquid lipstick in the colour Pink Marshmallow. I am obsessed with this recently, it's a perfect nude. And for gloss, I'm going to be using the Dior Addict Ultra Gloss in the colour 629, which is a beautiful bronze, really glossy shade.
We're free, bound only by frozen.
And to finish off any look that I do, I'm just touching up any extra powder that may be needed, and finishing off with the Mario Badescu facial spray, which I love. And that is the final look. I hope you have enjoyed watching my favourite bronze smoky eye that I love, and I hope you've learned a few tips and tricks along the way, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!